I don't know. Hey, quilters, I'm Pam Heller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert.
And I'm Erica, AccuQuilt's creativity expert.
We were just talking about some stuff before
We
the show.
were. We get started, we get all these ideas.
Welcome to today's show called Just Wing It. Today we're so excited for the relaunch of the Go Bird and Birdhouse die.
That's right. We'll be sharing new inspiration and project ideas using the die. Now, as always, we planned a lot of fun for you. We've got some great prizes, airborne project ideas, a birdtastic trunk show, and special deals good for today only.
So let's start with today's special deals. Now, to get your order in during the show, use your phone's camera to capture the QR image. It will take you right to the site.
If you don't have a QR reader, just open a new tab in your browser. Type in AccuQuilt.com/party to go to the site and place your order. That way you won't miss a minute of our show.
You won't. The first bundle we have is the Go Bird and Birdhouse die with 2 Go 6x12 cutting mats. This bundle is valued at $100. You can get it today for $69.99, saving you over $29.
Next, we have the Go Bird Crazy bundle, which includes the Go Bird and Birdhouse die, the Go Stems and Leaves die, the Go Square 8.5-inch, 8-inch finished, a 10x10 cutting mat, and a 6x12 cutting mat. This bundle is valued at $209.95. You can get it today for just $149.99, saving you over $64.
And last but certainly not least, we have the Go Bird and Birdhouse Cutter Bundle. You receive the Go Birdhouse die and the Go Fabric Cutter Starter Set. This bundle is valued at $420. You can add it to your collection for $349.99, saving you over $69.
Now, you can also find many of our products at your local AccuQuilt retailer. To find the retailer closest to you, check out the store locator. It's at the top of the page at AccuQuilt.com.
Erica, do you know what season it is?
It is graduation season.
It is graduation season is upon us, so we have a great promo code, class of 22. Congratulations to the class of 2022 to help you celebrate the graduates class of 2022 with 22% off your order. Some exclusions apply, so check the website for details. And listen, we're also having a warehouse sale that will take up to 34% of select items when you use that code, class of 22. So they get a double dip.
Yeah.
Don't tell
exciting.
anybody.
I don't usually get to do that. Plus, when you spend $400 or more, you will get a free Go Me fabric cutter starter set. No code is needed to redeem that offer at checkout.
Look, it has a cowbell.
It
by
does
it.
have a cowbell. We hid it on the set from you.
Quilt now, pay later. For more information on financing through AccuQuilt, visit AccuQuilt.com/financing.
All right, quilters, we have a special guest.
So excited.
Yes. Go-getter Jen Strauser is joining us today to talk about a table runner that she made with the Go Bird and Birdhouse die.
Now, Jen was bitten by the quilting bug in 1999 and began watching Simply Quilts with Alex Anderson. Like the TV show, Jen explores various quilting techniques and styles. Her passion and talent have won her national and local awards, as well as earned her publication in many magazines.
She is an active member of the American Quilters Society, the New England Quilt Museum, and Quilts of Valor. Jen lives with her spouse, 2 sons, and 2 dogs in New Jersey. Welcome to the show, Miss Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Hello.
So good to see you today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm excited. Okay, so today we're relaunching the Go Bird and Birdhouse die, which you use to make a special table topper. Can you tell us about what you've created?
So the table topper, I'm so excited.
All the words just
I know, we get going and our brains work faster than our mouths.
It's springtime up here in northern Jersey, and the birds are everywhere. And I got so excited when I saw this die. I think I got it in the wintertime, and I just love spring. It's my favorite season, and it made me think about what was coming, and I just wanted to make something that I could, decorate the wall with and enjoy it.
Just have some fun.
Well, you talked about the birds in your area. So are the different colors of the birds and all what inspired the fabrics that you used in your project? And how did the colors come into play in your quilt?
So the birds in my area are mostly red, blue, and brown, which is not enough colors for me. They're beautiful, but I like more colors. But I have a huge collection of Island Boutique fabrics, and I used those colors.
Huge shout out to Island Boutiques.
There we
love
go.
them.
There we
So
go.
Jen, what other projects have you made using the Go Bird and Birdhouse die?
So I have this wool
Look at this.
applique
Oh, I love
piece
this.
that I've been working with, and it's small and it's just a another wall decoration.
Yes.
But it allows me somewhere to do my slow stitching and my embroidery.
Yes.
really
Isn't that so pretty? Okay, I just learned about slow stitching. You want to
Yeah.
tell what our viewers what that means?
Okay, so this is all handwork.
Okay.
Instead of the usual do the applique with fusible and then sew it with your machine, I do hand applique around each piece, which is relaxing in front of the TV or
Right.
outside in the yard when it's warm enough. And then I've been doing some embroidery work on top of it to make it
so
even more
pretty.
fancy.
Now, it looks like you've used wool in that. Is that wool that you've used?
Yes, it is felted wool.
Felted wool. And what is your background?
The background is Essex linen.
Oh, I thought that's
wow.
what it was. I love
Yeah.
it.
It's got a great texture and weight, and it supports the extra weight of the wool really nicely.
Okay. Now, some of those wool pieces almost look three-dimensional. Have you put extra batting or stuffing behind some of them, or are they just that fluffy because they're felted?
So the leaves are really thick because they're felted sweaters.
Oh,
Look
okay.
at that.
So
Did you
they're,
felt
I
those
have a-
yourself?
Excuse me?
You felted those yourself?
I have a girlfriend who does it and then gives me her scraps, which is even better.
That's
That
the
is
best.
even better.
That's the best.
That is fabulous. So the birdhouse, all of that is the felted wool?
Yes. So the bird and the birdhouse are all actually kind of a commercial wool that I get from Sue Spargo.
Okay.
And
Wow.
the leaves are all sweaters.
Oh,
Darling.
I love
darling.
that.
Thank
Oh,
you.
wow. Well, Jen, thank you so much for joining us today and being part of our show. We just love all your inspiration. In our trunk show in a few minutes, we're going to see a project
That's
that Jen
right.
made.
The one with the
Excellent.
batiks, I
Yep.
think.
Thanks again for joining us. Have a good day.
Thanks, Jen.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, quilters, be sure you follow Jen's love for quilting on her blog, dizzyquilter.com.
We
Which,
could
by the
join
way,
that.
I love that name.
Yeah, we could totally join
I
that.
feel like that name some days.
Yes. All right, quilters, let's take a closer look at this fun Go Bird and Birdhouse die. Okay, now listen. We have tons of fun new ideas up our
do.
sleeve with this one, but let's go over the basic shapes first, okay?
Yes.
So first of all, it has all the shapes you need for the birdhouse. So here's the roof, and then here is the bottom of the birdhouse and the perch, but we have some other ideas.
Yes,
and
we
here's the
do.
little hole, and here is the bird and the wing, and right here it cuts his little eye.
Itty bitty, teeny tiny.
And I'm going to tell you, Erica, I would never cut these shapes by hand.
No, I wouldn't either. And yet they do so much to enhance a project. We've come
yeah.
up with so many great ideas with them.
Yes.
So if you're working with cotton, you're gonna and pre-fusing it like
Yes.
standard applique, like Jen mentioned, then you could use up to 4 layers of cotton on this die.
Right.
If you're using the felted wool like Jen used in her slow stitching project, you're going to want to use just 1 layer probably.
And while we were sitting here, I was thinking, wouldn't it be fun to do it out of denim
Ooh,
and have like, if you, okay, so Oakley's jeans are a little smaller than
Yes.
mine, right? So it would have a cute little pocket there, and it's not as thick.
okay, but remember, if you're cutting with denim, you want to check your layers. You want
Yes.
to use just 1. And an adult pocket,
Too thick.
too thick.
That's why I was thinking of
thick.
Okies.
So you
Okay.
could cut her pocket off and then put it on me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is on a 6x12 die board. It'll fit through all of our cutters, including our Go Me.
And you could use other things like craft foam and
Okay.
cork. I can see this being out of cork.
When I was testing this die, Oakley's
Yes.
at the house, and we have many bird and bird
Many
houses
bird and bird
out of
houses
craft
at
foam.
your house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Craft foam I love because you can put it in the tub.
Yes.
And it gets wet and it sticks to the walls. So you could build
Oh,
bird
that's
houses
fun.
for days with that.
That's fun.
All right, shall we
Well,
cut some?
We want to cut the basic pieces, and this is such a great scrap buster. So we're going to show you how to just kind of lay out some fabrics, some different fabrics, and get your scraps laid out
And-
here.
And soon, okay, so normally we would prefuse this. This is a scrap I haven't prefused yet, so we're gonna make sure we have the lengthwise grain.
Mm-hmm.
But we wanna cut some extra birds.
Yes, we want some birds. So we want
So-
some different colors maybe of birds
Yeah,
or
look at us doing some, this is what we were laughing at before the show was, oh dang, we should maybe get some more birds there. And I'm gonna put
we
that
go.
over. And remember, we can always put your blades away.
put your blade back
Put your
in.
blade away.
Now we've got a 6x12 die board. We want that 6x12 mat. And again, like Pam said, it's going to go through any of our cutters.
We're using our Go Big today. We could actually cut 2 of them in one pass.
You could have a whole flock done in no time.
We could.
A whole housing development.
Yes. All right, give it some love. Slide, don't lift. All right, Erica, let's pull back some of our fabric here.
Okay. And what's
So that we can make some
build a
bird-
house.
Yeah, let's do that. And we have numerous birds
Oh,
to
good.
fly with. Yep,
Okay, here's my house.
there's your house.
And
There's a bird and a wing.
there we go. You have to
They
put
all
it up.
need wings.
They all need wings.
Okay.
There's our roof. We've got our little window here.
Perch.
Here's our little
He's
bird.
probably right here.
We'll give him a
Look,
little.
right here. Oh, give him a different color bird.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
building dolls.
It's like Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, there you go. Building doll houses.
Build a bird.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you could make it, if you use 2, it would be like a shadow.
Oh, there you go.
There's our little wing, and there's our base.
Our little perch.
We've got some extra birds. We'll play with those a little bit
Yep.
later, but this gives you an idea of the basics that we've got.
It's so cute. All right, now that you've seen us cut it, we have some amazing new inspiration coming up soon.
That's right. And if you've joined us before, you know that our shows are simply incomplete without a giveaway.
We'd love to give stuff away.
We
And
do.
today we're giving away a Go Bird and Birdhouse die to a lucky viewer who registered for our show.
All right. The first lucky winner of a Go Bird and Birdhouse die is, drum roll please, Kim C. of Bellevue, Missouri. Congratulations.
Kim. You're going to love it. Quilters, if you're looking for even more fun and inspiration, join me for AccuQuilt Live every Wednesday at 12 noon Central Time. Tomorrow, we're going to use the new Go Butterfly Piece die. It is the
Love
die
that.
to try for the month of May.
May.
Look at us
It is
knowing
May.
that.
It
Yeah.
is May.
We're going to make a really fun project using that die and crossed canoes.
I love that.
It's going to be great. Be sure to register for the show on our events page for the chance to win a door prize, and we have tons of fun. Hope to see you there.
I was going to ask you what you were doing tomorrow. I didn't even have to ask.
Yeah,
You just
no,
told
I'm
me.
really excited. Okay, now, once Eric and I got thinking about ways we could use this die, we went a little crazy,
Yes.
didn't we?
Yes, we did. I admit we may have gotten a little carried away on that phone call, but
Yes.
here are some of the things that we came up with. Now, we don't have patterns for all of these ideas that we came up. They just are ideas that popped into our little quilting heads.
And today we're talking a lot about appliques. So when you're placing your order, don't forget about all the great tools available on our website to make that process easier.
That's absolutely right. We've got a wide variety of fusible products available, also a great basic stabilizer too. Now, fusible is what you want to press onto the back of your fabric
Right.
before you cut the shape out on the die. And stabilizer is what's used for machine embroidery inside the hoop under your background fabric. That way you're going to get a nice, smooth, finished design. Your stitches won't pucker up on you.
And speaking of pressing, we have wool pressing mats that we use on set as well as at home every single day. And we have 2 different irons. The little clover iron, which I love because I can press seams open.
Yes.
And our steam fast iron, we just put on our website last week. I think we have 6 left.
We're almost out,
Yeah,
quilters.
pick them up today if you want a little steam fast iron.
That's
They're super
right.
cute.
Now, I like using the shovel iron for my machine applique projects to
Oh,
secure the edges
yes.
of my, because you can use it as
Yes.
just the right shape. It's got that kind of bend in it
Yes.
to leave your background in the hoop and get everything secure. I literally use my own mini steam fast iron every single time I sew. I press the fusible onto the back of my pieces, but also I use that for pressing my seams as I go along. Now, we had a whole discussion in a call
Whole discussion.
about steam. This iron will build up quite the head of steam for you if you want it to. Now, I typically don't press with steam when I am pressing open my seams, but there are those members of the team who do. So if you're going to be using steam and you're using a wool mat, that steam will go right through the wool mat onto whatever surface is underneath. So you don't want it on top of your good cutting mat or your good sewing table.
Right.
You want it like on top of an ironing board, or I have an extra little ironing square that's just a board with some batting and muslin
there you
over it
go.
that I keep mine on top of
There you
in
go.
case I get carried away and use steam.
I use steam all the time. Just saying. All right, so let's get started. Now for the background, I've cut some squares. So I used the 8-inch finished square, which can fit through the Go, and the 10-inch finished square, which is going to fit only in my Go Big.
Okay, let's try the 10-inch for this one.
Okay, I see dealer's choice. I'm going to let you do whatever you
Okay.
want. Okay? Now, this is great. You could leave it as a square. You could turn it on point. I like it on point. Or you
Okay.
make something fun on it with points.
So we've done some fun things. Now, one thing, and we had talked about this when we launched the die, is that you can use the bird like that. You can use the wing to make a baby bird.
Baby bird. We have the little appliques for
Isn't
that.
that cute?
I know.
You could add flowers to it. You
You
could
could.
add the fall medley leaves like we saw Jen doing.
Or stems and leaves.
Or
so they can
stems
sit
and
on
leaves,
those.
stems and leaves.
But I work at AccuQuilt. So
Miss
look
Pam
the
works
first
at AccuQuilt, so of course the first one, let me get it, that she made, she's going to build this one. Of course it's a haunted house.
It's a haunted house. Look at my fabric.
Of course, I do have some of that same fabric at
I
home.
know you do. I love
The bird
this.
has skull and crossbones on it.
It does have skull and crossbones, which made me super, super happy. And purple for in honor of Erica.
Yep.
And look at this. So
How
this
cute
one
is
is
that?
so fun because you don't have to put the bird on the perch. You know, you could put him
Oh, yeah.
other places. And
the raven.
You know, you could. Oh, look.
Nevermore.
Yeah, there you go.
You really get carried away once you start playing
Yeah.
with these.
So I do love the idea of a haunted house. And,
Yes.
And I do love the idea of blackbirds. So I think maybe for Halloween, I'm going to make me a little.
Well, then she got,
Then we said, well, what else could
if
we
a haunted
do?
house is good, how about something up in the woods?
Right. And you have a little trick for the door for the woods. a
Yes.
little-
So if it's like a
log
little
cabin.
log cabin, you can use I use the door. That's the door from the camper die.
Isn't that
And
cute?
that will cut out a nice little door for you.
And I thought it would be fun to maybe like use this down here, but then you could make like a wood pile,
Oh, yes, you could.
right?
And that means you need a lumberjack, right?
Wait, here, I'm going to throw the bird up here. Hold on.
I just want to show my lumberjack.
I know. Erica made a lumberjack and it's super cute. Okay. There we go. And a red bird. Look at him.
There's our lumberjack gnome.
He is so cute.
His little red and black check shirt.
Yes. Yes. And his cute little beard.
He needed the belt. It wasn't the same without the belt. I had to put the belt.
No, he needed the belt. He needed the belt. And it would be fun because you could do the camper and you could do all of the fun things.
Oh, you could do so many different
with the
things.
house in the woods.
Okay, I need my door back.
Okay, get your door.
I'll let you keep the gnome. So
Okay.
then we wanted to do a gingerbread house, and I started working on that, but then something else overcame me. So I just got started on it. And here's the thing about working with striped fabric.
Yes.
When you cut striped fabric, it looks different on the two different sides when I cut it. So then I took my scrap and I laid it down, and I got a third different look with my
Yes.
stripes. So you do want to, it does make a difference how you lay straight fabric on this roof because of the pitch with the roof.
Right.
So then you've got your door, and again, you could use this, the circle that comes with the bird and birdhouse to
Right.
do like a little peppermint swirl, to do little windows on either side.
Right.
Could have a lot of fun with that.
He's super cute.
But
And you could use our gingerbread cookie.
you could use a gingerbread cookie.
Okay.
But then, you know, it's been winter here for a long time. So I
Until
think some
yesterday
of
when it
us
was 90.
are ready to go to the beach.
This is the best.
So I made a beach cabana.
And all of you are going to say, how
And
did
it
Erica make
opens.
the beach cabana? So tell
So
people.
I cut 2 pieces of the striped fabric out. I folded them in half with wrong sides together and stitched these 2 edges. And then I just stitched the top. Then I laid it on a felt just a black felt, and I stitched all the way around.
Okay.
So now it opens up. So if I was like laying this out, I'd probably tack this down
Right.
so that it showed that it was open. But somebody has to, you know, make use of that cabana at the beach. So here's our little gnome, Gnomess at the beach.
I love it.
And here's her friend, Hank,
He's the pool boy.
the pool boy. And here's their beach ball. So
Look at how fun that is.
that's Norma and Hank at the beach.
So don't forget, these are all of our shows are recorded, so you can come back and watch it, because you're all going to say, how did Erica make
Yes.
cabana boy gnomes and gnomesses? And
Yes.
you can come back and watch
You can
it.
come back, and I used some of the circles. I just used my scissors to cut her little grass skirt here. And I made little braids out of embroidery floss and just did a little slit there for his
His little
swim trunks.
Gosh, I love it. Okay, this is what we do. Everybody wonders, what did we do in our spare time? This is what
This is what we do. And you could put waves in it. You could use the scallop border and put waves on it. You could have a lot of fun.
I love it.
All right, well, back to birds, because Quilters Today's show is all about birds. So we want to know, what is your state bird? Now, this was quite the discussion that we had,
It was.
because what is the Nebraska state bird? And I said, it's the meadowlark. And producer Joe corrected me that it was the western meadowlark.
Which is also the same state bird as Oregon, but I grew up in Seattle, which is the goldfinch.
Yes.
But we did a little Google search, we on a little call, and there were a whole bunch of it. So tell us what the state bird is, because we want to know the cool state bird.
Yes, yes.
Right? Okay. So just in the comment section, let us
That's
know.
right. Quilters, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to see our behind-the-scenes video and more. You made a fun TikTok last
I
week.
did. We went to our local AccuQuilt retailer, the Celtic Quilter, and did the very funniest TikTok. So
Yes.
be sure and watch it. It was hilarious.
It was about fabric, go figure.
And it was grunge. We have such a blast, and we love to share our AccuQuilt community quilts and stories on our social media pages. Be sure to follow us.
All right, Quilters, today is all about the Go Bird and Birdhouse die. So we have bundles available for you. Now, these bundles are already marked down. Be sure to add this die to your collection while it's in stock and ready to fly through your door.
Use that promo code CLASS of22 to take 22% off your order. So look, think about gnomes.
Gnomes?
Right? Gnomes could be a part of that.
Gingerbread cookie
Gingerbread
and cookie
cookie
decoration.
and some of the other dies that we're going to show you today.
Scallop border.
Scallop border, okay?
right.
And the gifts you're going to make for graduates in your life. Some exclusions apply. Check the website for details.
Now, Quilters, don't forget we're also having a warehouse sale that'll take up to 34% off select items when you use the code CLASS of22 promo code.
We're going to let you double dip. Don't tell anybody, because I'm pretty sure that's a mistake. Okay.
All right, are you ready for some more inspiration?
Okay.
Well, let's take a look at using our Go Bird and Birdhouse die along with some of our favorite bob dies.
So the first one that we were thinking about is obviously the Tree of Life, which is such a great block. It comes up to 14 inches. It finishes to 14 inches. And you and I are working on some, like you made a scrappy one.
I did. I'm
and
working.
I'm working on a pink one. They're just going to be super fun.
So keep an eye on the blog, because that's going to be coming out on the blog.
Okay.
But you could certainly add some birds in with this, right?
Right. You totally could. Here, we're going to put the skull and crossbones one here.
Oh, there we go. But I also then went ahead, now this finishes at 14 inches, right?
Yes.
So I went ahead and used our new 7.5 inch cut 7-inch finish square and made a 4-patch
Okay.
and thought you could alternate. So look at it, if we put it on point
Okay.
and then use that almost like a setting square.
Oh, yes. And then you could put birdhouses and birds.
Birdhouses.
We have a couple of those.
We could put a birdhouse over here.
Right. And maybe just birds down here. You could do flowers. Oh, wow. I like that.
So look at that. So there's a kind of an alternate. And like I said, you could have the birdhouse or you could just have birds flying around.
You could. You could. I like that.
All right. Well, speaking about trees, I think that should take us to our maple leaf die.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to
let's
switch backgrounds.
Switch us out. Grab our birds.
And tell everybody what I grabbed instead of the maple leaf die.
Oh, she
Jiminy.
grabbed the bear's paw die earlier. In all fairness, it was folded in fourths. So, and there
And-
were half square triangles. So,
And it's red. Like
and it was red.
I mean, I don't know. Erica's like, Pam, and I thought, okay. So now, what's the cool thing about the maple leaf?
So the cool thing about the maple leaf to me is that it is a 9 patch. It's
Yes.
3 across, 3 down, but it finishes at 8 inches.
Which is magic.
Which is magic. So that means that even though, so besides the stem unit, which clearly does not exist in any cube,
No.
these are shapes that also do not exist inside a cube. Now I always think about fall with the maple leaf die.
Right.
And so we thought about using our 8.5 inch square to do some setting squares and alternate, and then we could have some birds flying around
Yes.
in between there. But, you know, you could also move these into spring colors, right?
Oh, you could totally make them
And you could have spring leaves, or they could all be in scrappy greens.
Yes, and yellows.
And then have your birds in between, or have your birds even added onto the blocks or onto the leaves. It's just, you can have so much fun with it.
And this maple leaf die, probably part of that sale today.
And it is one of my absolute favorites.
Erica loves it.
I have a project coming up for fall with
Oh,
this.
yes, she does.
I do. I'm
All
very
right.
excited about it. But don't forget those leaves too, the fall medley leaves that
Yes.
Jen had used. That's another good idea.
And pumpkins and all
Pumpkins
of those
and
fall
all of those
things.
fall things.
You
It'll
can make
be
my
here.
haunted house with pumpkins.
It'll be
and
here
bats.
before we know it.
I know. All right. Now, Eric and I went totally crazy.
We did.
And we talked about using the Go Crazy quilt die, which finishes to 6 inches. But we have the Go Big die.
Yes.
And so there's also a Go Big Crazy Quilt block.
Yes.
So here's an extra block that I had when I was making some projects. So you would put fusible on the back and you could cut a birdhouse for a scrappy look. But if you use the big block here from the Go Big,
Yes.
hold on here, oh, this is secret
That's
stuff.
secret. We're not talking about that yet.
Okay, hold on. I know, right? Okay, so now watch what you can do.
We didn't fuse this one yet.
We didn't fuse this one, but you're gonna see how cool it is here in just 37 seconds. So you can actually cut 2 birdhouses if you use the Go Big.
How cool is that?
I know, and then you still have scraps left. We talk about
Right.
crumb quilts and stuff, so you
Oh
can
yeah, that'd
totally
be a
use-
great start for putting together some
Yeah.
crumb pieces.
I feel like if you're making crumb quilts, we should have cookies.
Should always be
in
cookies.
my quilting
Should
head.
always be cookies.
Yeah. Oh, look,
right.
I missed. Hold on, I have one thread here. Hold on.
Got all carried away, didn't
I
you?
did. Hold on. It has a thread. Okay. So now look at this.
Look how fun these are.
There you go. And you could make like a whole condominium row of crazy quilts.
You could.
And see, then there's enough left that you could cut some more.
Yeah.
I just like this idea because sometimes I have like orphan blocks.
Right. This would be a great thing to do with those old test blocks, with those orphan blocks that you
Yeah.
might have sitting around.
Yep.
In fact, we did talk about crumbs, and I had some crumbs I'd been sewing together.
Right.
So I brought them so we could cut a house out of this. So, and it depends on where we lay it.
Right.
Right? Which colors we're going to get.
Right.
So we want to get a lot of colors. So why don't we go something like that?
Perfect.
Okay.
Ooh, then we can save the grunge for another day.
Pam counted. She's like, how many grunges do you
Yeah,
have
3
in there?
grunges there.
It all came out of my scrap jar,
I love it.
or my crumb jar,
Your crumb jar.
which is in fact an old antique cookie jar.
Of course it is.
There's a story behind that another
Okay,
day.
hold on here. I also have a thread. We don't want to
Okay.
rip it. Don't ever just rip it, quilters. Just let it come to it.
Okay.
There we go.
So then here's the crumb quilt. So again, just a whole nother look. And we could add the roof
I
to
really
it.
like this scrappy look of it. You know, when we were talking about
fun.
this earlier, I, in my quilting head, thought, nah, I'm not going to be a fan of that. But actually, I really, truly am a fan of it.
Well, go get her aunt Aunt M's Quilts. It's Emily Bailey was
She's
on our show.
darling.
She was talking about crumb quilting. And that kind of was what got us started. It's just taking those small scraps and sewing them together to create something different and fun, and then cut that into different shapes.
Right.
So here was another idea.
This blows my mind because I do not collect.
Maybe you're like me and you save your cute selvage edges, right? Right? It's a
Yes,
thing.
it's a thing.
Tell her it's a thing. So how about making a quilter's house or a quilter's birdhouse from those? So look
Look how fun that is.
how fun.
I like
See?
it.
This basic gray grunge for Moda. I
Just
put it
for me.
right across the top for
Just
you.
for me.
But we've got Riley Blake, and here's Riley Blake over here. They had some really cute little things.
FIGO, all of these are like
FIGO, some of our
sponsors of
great
our shows.
sponsors.
So I love this idea of making scrappy fabric and cutting it out. Again, wasn't sure, but now I love it.
And I sewed these onto a background piece. So I took a piece of white and then sewed them on.
Oh,
to
and then cut
them
it.
out.
I would have just fused the back. Oh, you sewed them together. I get
I
what
did sew them on.
I don't
the
save
back.
salvages. It's okay. All right. But our good friends at Northcott Fabrics are helping us make this a bird bonanza.
Oh, yes.
Okay, look at this pretty fabric. It
These are
has
so
bird
pretty.
nests and birds and little pussy willows.
I love that.
These are from the Pacific Northwest because that's what
They
we
have
have
pussy
here.
willows around
Do
here.
they have them here? in
Yes,
Nebraska?
they do.
Okay, feathers.
You've got to find marshy areas, though. We don't
There we
have
go.
nearly as many marshy areas around these parts.
So we're going to give it away because we think it's darling.
It is.
All right, and we're grateful that they gave us 2 selections to give away. So the first winner of a Northcott fabric selection is, drumroll please, Teresa D. of Ridgeville, Indiana. Congratulations.
Congratulations. All right, time for the second winner of a Northcott fabric bundle. Drum roll, please. Diana E. from Pasadena, Texas. Congratulations. I didn't even know there was a Pasadena, Texas.
Either. And a huge shout out to Northcott Fabrics for sponsoring today's show. Our quilters are going to make beautiful projects using the fabric in their quilts. I love
I
it.
hope they share them with us.
Oh, please do.
All right, quilters, if you want more inspiration like what you see on our show, there are 3 new blogs posted each and every week with innovative ways to use the dyes you already own and maybe just inspire you to get some others. Discover it all and more when you subscribe to the AccuQuilt blog. That Scrappy Tree of Life one is going to be coming up in a couple weeks.
I've seen it. It's darling.
But Pam's making one for that blog.
I am too. I'm excited about it.
And then I had an idea for another one.
See? Tree of Life. I love it. 73 pieces on one die board. Cut them right off.
Cut them right off.
Quilters 2022 is all about covering the world one quilt at a time. This is a collaborative campaign between AccuQuilt and Moda Fabrics with Baby Lock as our sponsor. Together, one person from our teams will be donating a quilt each week of 2022 to a charity of their choice.
Now, last week's donation was made by AccuQuilt go-getter Lori Miller of Lori Miller Designs. She designed and made her quilt with the Go Blazing Star 12-inch finish die by Eleanor Burns. And she used sashing and cornerstones to pull it all together. I love so many
darling.
things. Lori donated this quilt to Quilts of Valor, which is a foundation that makes and donates quilts to United States service members and veterans to honor their service and sacrifice in serving our nation. To learn more about Quilts of Valor Foundation, you can visit qovf.org. Okay, this is such an outstanding block.
It is, and I love it because it makes a 12-inch block, and you can add sashing and cornerstones because Quilts of Valor have rules about what size it needs to be. But I have to tell you, before we even knew where she donated, I thought, oh, that would be a great one for Quilts of Valor.
Right, it really would be. I love it.
It's beautiful. Be sure to visit our website for details on how you, our viewers, can participate in covering the world one quilt at a time by going to learn.accuquilt.com/quilttheworld2022.
You can also follow #QuiltTheWorld2022 on social media to see fellow quilters' donations during the year.
I think that's great. And I bet that Eleanor's Burns die probably part of our promo today.
Bet it is.
Class of 22.
Yes, class of 22.
All right, quilters, early in the show, we ask you, what is your state bird? Remember, there's no voting poll today, so just let us know in the comments section wherever you stream our show.
So of course, you know, we have free downloadable embroidery, which Pam tried to show you earlier
I did.
in an earlier section. So it's 3 basic stitches. We've got our blanket stitch, our motif stitch, and our satin stitch, and then we've got the birds.
And they're separate.
They are
which I
separate,
think
so you
that's
can
great.
put your
Oh,
bird
sorry.
wherever on your house or beside your house you would like to put it.
Or in your tree of life.
That's right, or in your tree of life, or on your maple leaf, or around your maple leaf.
Yeah, so these are free embroidery stitches, but our good friends at V-Stitch came up with some darling.
Yes, they did. Let's
Okay.
clear the way here a little bit.
Okay, this one was from our last show, but we thought it was so cute we had to show it again.
Yes, because look,
Yes.
this is the little mama bird and the baby birds,
birds.
and I love the weather vane on top.
Yes, it's super cute. And remember, this is the wing from the mama bird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one is darling.
Home sweet home.
Yes,
at
and you
that.
could totally put a gnome in here. I think it's darling. And look, these
Oh,
are the wings.
Yes,
Yes.
Ugh.
Are they just
they're
stitched?
stitched.
Oh, there we go. See? Okay, this one I think is so cute for spring. Look
It
at all of
is.
these flowers growing
Well,
in there.
see, it's mama. She's feeding all the little baby. Look,
With the
there's
worm.
the little beaks.
Little
sticking up.
worm.
Little beaks.
Okay, and this one,
This one,
huge shout out
Oh,
to V-Stitch because
look
we
at
love
this one.
them. This
Look.
is the ultimate gingerbread house. And so you could use the gingerbread cookie, and because we have fancy V-Stitch embroidery
Yes.
for the gingerbread cookies.
I know.
And I love it because look, it has chocolate kisses and snowflakes.
And look,
and a
it's
bell.
like rickrack on the little,
Like
to make it look like a
piping.
little gingerbread bird. I absolutely love
Okay,
this.
V-Stitch, we love you. Thank you for doing all of this work. We have some great people that work for us that do all these. Marjorie Busby does some amazing.
Speaking of Marjorie,
Oh, what? We have an amazing pattern, an embroidery bundle by our good friend Marjorie Busby of Blue Feather Quilts.
that's right.
So Marjorie designed this pattern around the embroidery, and there are 12 different designs, 12 months in the year,
Yeah.
one for every month. You can also use this bundle to create other projects like table runners, wall hangings, and more. You could just do all of the Halloween ones.
That's right. Now, we talked with Marjorie about this bundle when we launched the die, and I think it would also make a great series of wall hangings, maybe for your front door or your front porch.
Oh, yes, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And like if your mom is in a retirement center, it'd be
Right,
fun to
right.
do it for there. Yeah, really cute. Good job, Marjorie. All right. It's time for us to fly into today's trunk show.
Right, let's
Here,
clear
shall we
the
move some
stage a
stuff
little
here?
bit. Here we go, because
No,
we've
we
got our
have
first thing.
Everywhere.
We have got a pillow. This is the Go Finding Home pillow. It's by Melanie Call of a bit of scrap stuff.
Melanie, huge shout out to you for making a striped binding. All of the bindings on all of my projects from 2022 have a striped binding.
And she's used Riley Blake fabrics. They're just fun. They're very springy, cute little flowers.
And this, you could totally put a gnome next to it with a little wood pile because he's the,
She is on a gnome kick
I am.
today.
Ever since I saw the little cabana gnomes. I
Yep.
like this one.
I got her going. Okay, here is the Go Birdhouse High Rise Wall Hanging. So
This
here
is
is your
fun.
high rise you talked about.
Yes.
This is by Marianne Fontana of Fontana Originals. And she's used the 8-inch cube to piece her background. She's used the orange peel die for the leaves, which I
Yes.
think is genius.
Yes.
And then she's just stacked up all of our cute little whimsical birdhouses, and we've got birds flying around.
So this
Really
is a
fun.
perfect pattern for all of those extra blocks that you have. You could just totally cut them out of there and
Oh, yeah.
applicate them on, and they'd all be different. It'd be great.
So fun.
I love it.
All right, here we've got our Go Bird and Birdhouse Skinny Wall Hanging
gonna hold it
by
'cause it
Jen
has skinny in the
Strauser
name.
of Dizzy Quilt. So,
This is what Jen was talking about.
so this is the first one that she got started with. So these are some of those island batiks that she used to get started with. And her little red birds and her blue birds and
Her brown birds.
there's like an orange one down below. And then she used the fall medley die to cut out her leaves. And here she machine stitched. So she just free-handed with her machine and stitched the little veining on the leaves. Super cute detail.
Very easy to do.
Absolutely.
And look at the back, it's cute.
Oh yes, the back, you can really see the fun quilting she did on that.
Okay. Oh, next.
Now the next projects are from the original launch of the Go Bird and Birdhouse die. And come back here because we're not doing that one
Oh
yet.
gosh, see.
We want to, but we want to
Needed
show
those
you
extra
some of the
4
ways.
steps.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to make all the difference, Pam. We want to talk about changing up the colorways of patterns using our free Go Quilt tool.
Yes, it's on our website. It's great. It has a tutorial and it's amazing.
That's right. So there are thousands of patterns and numerous fabric collections from our sponsors for you to visualize your next project before you make your first cut. So coming up, we're going to show you an example. We've got our Go Chirp corner table topper by Missy Shepler.
So this was a project that we actually made on AccuQuilt Live, and I love it because the backing is an 18.5-inch square. So the only sewing you have to do is the border. And it's a great beginning project for like kids and such. So the one that Erica's holding is the one that I made for the show because I really liked the different colorway. And same design, different colors. Look how cool it is.
Look how totally different. So this is an example of what you can do using Go Quilt to reimagine those patterns.
Right, you can take pictures of your fabric and upload it. It was great.
Yes.
And you can tell it's mine because it has a stripe binding
That's right.
the whole year.
Now, next up, we removed this from Lynn's stash of quilts
Kidney wasn't
and brought
here
it
today.
back. It's the Go Love Brings Us Home wall hanging. This is by Marjorie Busby of Blue Feather Quilt Studio.
And it has our 3-inch Carefree alphabet lowercase on it. And what a sweet little wall hanging.
It really is.
Just sweet.
Really
And then
is.
look on the back, you can see she just did little overall stitching around.
Just back and
Yeah,
forth.
just back and forth.
Cool, like
And scrappy.
yeah.
I'm all about the
It's really
scrappiness.
fun. Now you can go back and talk about
Thank
that
you.
one.
Brock is now telling me to walk backwards.
This is the Go Birdhouse 9-patch party throw quilt. This is by Marianne Fontana of Fontana Originals. And how bright and fun is this?
So springy, so cute. And she used half square triangles to create that border and then just added little birds in the corners. But the fun thing about this one, Erica, is she used a strip die, right, to create
Right.
sashing and cornerstones, which gives it a whole different look.
It does.
It's really cute. And I do love the bright colors in it.
I love the border treatment and how she pulled the birds outside of that center medallion into the border to really tie it all together.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, so cute. Good job, Marianne.
All right, now, speaking of Marianne, she also made these 2 wall hangings. I'll give you one.
Yes.
You are all things brightness.
I'm all things day and
So
night.
this is the Go Day and Night wall hangings by, or night hanging out wall hangings by
There we go.
Marianne Fontana.
And look, there's like a condominium version of it with the two
Yes.
stacked on top of each other, which I think is
high
great.
rise.
Yeah, the high rise. And she used a cube to make that, right? To make those. And then how did she make the moon?
Okay, so we talked about the moon and we're wondering how she did that. She cut a circle, she used one of our circles, and then she shifted the fabric over
Yep.
and cut again so that she got that crescent shape. Isn't that
Because
fun?
it's only going to cut where there's fabric in a mat.
That's right.
Yeah. Good job, Marion. These are
Super fun.
darling. Yes, these are appropriate because I am very much a morning
Yes,
bird
she is a morning bird.
and you are a night bird.
I am not, well, I think I'm a midday bird.
She's a 3 p.m. bird.
I'm about 12 noon, you know, I'm used to getting started at 12 noon Central Time with our events.
There we go. And this is a super cute tote bag. Our good friend Marjorie Busby of Blue Feather Quilt Studio made this. And Marjorie, it's just darling. I love the colors and the big pocket right
Big
here in the
pocket.
front.
And
And then look on the back.
There's little birds on the back too.
It's on the back.
It's all lined, it's got a pocket on the inside, and these tiny flying geese, I believe this is the 4-inch
It's got to be the 4-inch cube.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Aren't those adorable?
We have a trick on how to sew flying geese. Check it out.
Yes.
We have some videos we made.
Do.
All of these patterns are available as free downloads at AccuQuilt.com, so be sure to get your patterns downloaded before your die arrives, so be ready to go.
All right, quilters, it's time to give away our final prize of the day. So let's give away one more bird and birdhouse die to a lucky registered viewer, Miss Pam.
Let's do it. Today's final winner of a Go Bird and Birdhouse die is, drum roll please, Roxy W. of Placitas, New Mexico.
Congratulations.
Oh, Roxy should make like desert colors
Oh, yeah.
out of hers. Will you do that, Roxy, and then share them with us?
Or maybe she wants to make really bright colored ones to go in the desert.
Yeah, that too. Okay, share it.
Show us. Be sure to join us again next week, May 17th, Tuesday at 12 noon Central Time for a new event called 5-Star Party.
Okay, honestly, I have almost blown this a half a dozen times in the last month.
She has.
We will be introducing 4 new items to the AccuQuilt family that are bound to charm you. Trust us, you do not want to miss out on this launch. Make sure you register for the event on our website. And you and I have been using those 4 new products.
Yes, we have been.
And I'm a fan.
Yes, we are, so don't miss it. All right, quilters, don't forget we have special offers for you today. Get your order in during the show using your phone's camera. You can capture the QR code. It'll take you right to the bundles on the site.
And if you don't have a QR reader, no worries. Just open up a new tab in your browser, type in AccuQuilt.com/party to go to the site and place your order.
All right, now the first bundle that we have for you is the Go Bird and Birdhouse die with 2 6x12 cutting mats. This bundle is valued at $100, but you can get it today for $69.99, saving you over $29.
And up next is the Go Bird Crazy Bundle, which comes with the Go Bird and Birdhouse die, stems and leaves. That 8.5-inch square finished is to 8 inches, 2 mats, 10 by 10 and 6 by 12. This bundle is valued at $209.95, but you can get it today for $149.99, saving you more than $64.
Last but certainly not least, we've got the Go Bird and Birdhouse Cutter Bundle. You're going to get the Go Bird and Birdhouse die alongside a Go Fabric Cutter Starter Set. This bundle is valued at $420, but you can get it and add it to your collection for just $349.99, saving you over $69.
And don't forget, you can find many of our products at your local AccuQuilt retailer. To find the closest retailer to you, there's a store locator at the top of the page at AccuQuilt.com.
And quilters, don't forget, we've got that promo code, Class of 22, to help you celebrate the graduates of 2022 with 22% off your order. Some exclusions apply, so check the website for details. We're also having that warehouse sale that will take up to 34% off select items when you use that Class of 22 promo code.
Don't tell anybody, I'm sure it's a mistake. Okay, before we talk about what else you can get, let's talk about some dies that are part of that. So for sure, like think about the Go Crazy Quilt die and the Go Big Crazy Quilt die.
How about the Go Maple Leaf?
Maple Leaf and gnomes for days. What else did we cut? Oh, alphabet dies, the Carefree alphabet dies.
That would be great. That would be great
as we're getting ready for fall. All of those appliques for fall, the Halloween medley, the fall medley.
Oh, and get those now because when we get to fall, they could sell out.
When we get to August, they will
probably not be around.
Yep.
So.
Yep. And don't forget, when you spend $400 or more, you're going to get a free Go Me Fabric Cutter Starter Set. No code is needed to redeem the offer. Our warehouse team will gently place it in your order.
And lovingly.
Yeah.
All right, remember you can quilt now and pay later. Get your financing today at AccuQuilt.com/financing.
Okay, Erica and I, we are going to leave and go home, and so we have so many projects coming up.
So many things coming up.
We hope you've enjoyed our bird's eyes ideas. There we go. That you found some fun ways to create your next projects.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, if you've been waiting for the show to end before you buy, well, now is that time, and here is the link. Get everything you need before your item sells out.
And cut scrappy birdhouses and show them with us.
That's right.
Post them on our social media.
Salvages.
There you go. And remember, quilters at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time.
So you can quilt more.
See you Tuesday.
Bye-bye.